Hi, Megan here from Get in the Lab. On this video, I wanted to talk about enlightenment. So, I don't know, it's been like the third year of doing this. I thought it would be kind of cool to follow up the New Year's resolution of goals, the goals video. With a follow-up and being like, okay, we're in we're in Q2 right now, or quarter two, second quarter of the business cycle, and I'm looking at some numbers and I'm looking at things and I'm going, that's cool, that's cool. We're in season 5 of Get in the Lab. It's onto a slow start, a slow and steady start. I'm not too anything. I'm just like, all right, cool, let's try it out. Over these past couple years, I've seen a very steady and encouraging rise in a level of calmness about what is going down in my life. I think, I don't know whether it's getting older or maybe I just been in it enough I guess a long amount of time where I feel kind of comfortable. I use that word kind of loosely. I'm not really comfortable. I still want to do so many things. But I'm not in a level of panic anymore. I'm not on a level of like freaking out, like things aren't going to work out or something like that. I just feel a level of calmness, a level of enlightenment. Like I can see kind of what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can kind of tell and control, and I can at least control the way that I feel about things. I still get really butthurt. I think I'm still a sensitive person, but my EQ has risen exponentially over these last 3 years of trying to run my own business and getting involved in the entrepreneurship game. I'm very excited to make that stuff happen. At the same time, I'm just like, all right, let's see. I'm just like this. All right, cool, let's try it. That's how I kind of feel right now. And I've found myself sort of not as attached and not as ego driven as I once was, which is a great thing. I think growing up I've always been a little bit egotistical. Everybody's egotistical. We're human. It's kind of in our nature. I don't know. I just feel like an overall sense of calm, even though I see some things are not going to work out right now. And I'm like, I'm cool with it, you know. And it's a thing that's attached to my ego, and the fact that I can kind of let it go. This is just kind of like a follow-up of what's been going on. I feel like I'm no longer creating from a space of selfishness, but just from a space of giving. It's time. There was a time where I had to really just sort of give all the energy to myself because I hadn't been. And maybe you guys feel the same way, where it's like, hey, I've been giving and giving and giving and not paying attention to myself. I feel like there's this nice sort of steady rise of coming to a place where I don't have to be in a panic anymore, even though things are not perfect. Things are not perfect, guys. And there's a lot of things that I want to change, but I'm like, we're in a good spot, I think, mentally, emotionally. We're in a good spot to make the best decisions possible to get us to where we want to be. And I'm like, I'm cool with it. Instead of freaking out, which I think that's something that a lot of people do in their 20s, freak out a lot. And nothing wrong with that, because it keeps you on your toes. There's just this new level of a sort of disattachment to the ego and giving from a place that is truly genuine and being there for people that is truly genuine and not coming from a selfish place. I don't know, I find maybe you guys have the same thing. I'm just making this video because I feel this very cool disattachment to what I thought was gonna make me really, really happy, which instead I think what makes me really happy is going back to the relationships, going back to the communication, the level of closeness that I had, the emotional closeness and intelligence that I have with my husband, or with my sister, or with my parents, you know, or with my friends even. I feel like I've rekindled it. I'm learning that not everything is about business and not everything is about this personal brand that I used to cling to so very tightly. The book was I think the book was just sort of like a pinnacle of the personal brand, and like, the sun has come out, I made it through, it's a wonderful day. All right, cool, what do I do with that? Grateful, but I'm defining more and more every single day what's important to me. And I think that's something that you guys are gonna go through too. So I think it's important to at least bring it up and talk about, so we can start to generate those thoughts in our head. You know, like, what is important? Ah, yes, the relationships. Okay, what am I doing over there? I'm giving them what they want in some sense, but am I giving what they need? Rambling in this video, just putting that out there. How about you guys? Do you go through a sort of disattachment to things that you thought were super duper important, but now you're like, that is useless? That's kind of what's going through my mind right now. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, kind of pulling back and seeing, okay, cool. I'm doing this all the time now, and I'm not freaking out as much, and I like it. I like it. Anyway, leave me your comments in the comments. Should we get back to you? Once again, my name is Meg, reminding you to get in the lab. We'll see you next time. Good morning. This video is going to be about 2016 goals for getting the lab. So let's get into it. Before even thinking about making this video, which I had no intention of making, but I think is a really good practice from here on out, as a sort of accountability sort of thing.